when the price of oil goes up, to the extent that firms in the United States use oil or oil products as an input in producing, that raises their cost. And so as a result, you would expect that an oil price increase is bad for the economy because it costs more to produce domestic goods and services. That argument isn't quite as compelling once you think about it, because many firms actually do not use a whole lot of oil or oil products. You're thinking of the manufacturer of personal computers or maybe manufactured goods. Oil is just not an important part of the cost of production. And in fact, even when you look at the transportation sector, you find that the transportation sector is actually quite insensitive to oil price fluctuations. So at this point, we're pretty sure that that's not the main channel of transmission. Instead, what seems to matter a lot is the effect higher oil prices have on retail gasoline and diesel prices, and hence on the spending of consumers. Because if you're a typical consumer and you have to commute to work every day, you basically have no choice but to pay the higher gasoline prices when they're imposed on you. But what that means is that you have less money in your pocket at the end of the month, and if you go out to a store, well, you may decide not even to go. If you go, you're going to spend less. And that, of course, is going to slow down the economy, and this kind of discretionary income effect or discretionary spending effect is the primary channel. Now, if you're talking about an economy like the United States, actually there's an additional element we have to keep in mind, which is that the US produces oil. And from the point of view of the oil sector, of course, an increase in oil prices is a good thing. A decline in oil prices would be a bad thing. And so the investment decisions made by the oil sector tend to go exactly in the opposite direction from the usual effect on consumer spending. And so on balance, these effects tend to be modest, sometimes negligible. For example, after the recent oil price decline after June of 2014, the effect on the US economy was quite small.